live on YouTube. So hello everyone. I hope सब बढ़िया होंगे and everyone is preparing well for their interviews, especially for the ICAI campus part, right? Because now everyone is like कि यार अब फोड़ना है और नौकरी लेके जाना है, right? So for this only we are organizing a series of sessions every day. So today we have a session with an industry experts where we are going to be covering more or less regarding the how you are supposed to prepare for Capgemini and what all things you are supposed to keep in mind, and few important and pro tips for the audience, those who are going to be staying till end. So we have Gitika with us. She has been working with Capgemini for almost, I think, 6 odd months, right?
Yeah,
So
right.
first of all, welcome Gitika, and thanks for joining in, right, for the session.
It's my pleasure, and it is my first session, so I'm really very much excited.
Right. Great. So I just want Gitika you to cover regarding what all things are there when a candidate should keep in mind when they are preparing for an interview specifically for this company. Secondly, I
Yeah,
want you to cover regarding what are the roles which are offered to the qualified folks, and what role you are working into. First of all, just try to cover that, what role you are
yeah,
working
okay.
into and your experience regarding the company.
Yeah, sure. So I'll start with the basic, like what were the rounds which were there initially. So there were 3 rounds. First was psychometric test, which consisted of aptitude and English questions were there. And aptitude consists of maths questions along with all those questions which are asked in general competitive exams like blood relation questions and then graphs related. And so it was very general and it was easy. So there was nothing much that you need to take stress for that. If you have not studied anything like that, then also you are going to clear it. That's not an issue. So psychometric test was very easy. English part was also easy, but and in English there were two parts. First one was grammatical part where you have fill in the blanks and multiple MCQ questions were there. And after that they will give you one topic and you have to write at least one paragraph kind of thing, and there were certain word limits for that. I guess 200 words or something. I don't remember exactly, but it was a very small paragraph. They will give you any general topic, like for me there was, is internet online banking is a boon or a bane? The topic given to me was that. So they will give you very general topic for English aptitude. And then after that, in 1 to 2 days, they will shortlist you. If you have cleared the aptitude test, then they will give you the date for interview. And in interview also, there was first technical round, or you can say it was technical plus HR, because in the second HR round, it was just for namesake. They didn't ask much questions about anything, but they had decided that they are on the basis of technical round only. They have decided that they are going to take you or not. So HR round was just for to give you confirmation that you have been selected or not. So should I start with the interview part or the roles first?
Yeah. No, so just try to cover regarding what all types of questions were asked in a first
Yeah.
round of interviews, and what
Okay.
all things a
So
candidate should prepare for.
it was mixed question, like it was not fully technical, I would say. uh, Initially they asked you HR questions, that tell me about yourself. That was the basic question which everyone asked. And after that, why do you want to join Capgemini? What you know about Capgemini? Why you want to get into IT sector? So you have to show that you have interest in IT and you are from finance. So it is a combination of that. So you want to join. So you have to show them that you are really interested into IT sector and you have interest in that. Then only you are joining. And then about Capgemini, you can read many things from their website, basic things like what are their turnovers, in which country, where it has, or matlab, you have to, like it is an Italy based, Paris based company. They have started from Paris. So you need to know about the history and all about Capgemini. And after that, they ask me questions like their profile is basically FPA profile. So they will try to test you on the basis of that, how you analyze things, how you analyze financial statements and all. So they will ask you questions based on that. Like they asked me if they will give me if they will provide you a balance sheet, how you will analyze that the position of the company. So you have to give answer on the basis of that you'll do ratio analysis and all. These were the questions. And after that, yes, you also need to study few of the Ind-AS, like Ind-AS 115 was very important. They asked many questions on that. uh, Basic one only. It was not in depth, but at least you need to have overview of the Ind-AS 115 and 116. And after that, they also ask questions from finance, current affairs, like what is happening in finance world. You need to know, like what are the they asked me what are the financial frauds which have occurred in the world in last 1 year or 2 years. So you need to know a bit of that, what is going in and around you in the finance world. And also, so the questions were not very tough, it was very general. Their aim was just to check your confidence and your communication skill. That's it. Otherwise, it won't be. You have to answer everything very confidently. That is what they check. And also, you have to be flexible. Like their roles are 5 to 6 things they have given. Like it is accounting, then you have business controlling, MIS, reporting, taxation. So at the time of interview, they won't tell you, or even after the training, you wouldn't be knowing which field they are going to keep you. It is only after on the, I think on the basis of interview and the questions they only decide, but they don't tell you that which profile you are going to work into after joining. So you have to be flexible with that, because they asked me in the interview, I had been working in taxation during my articleship. So their question was like that, if you have interest in taxation, so if they will put you into some another role like MIS or reporting, will you be comfortable? So you have to be flexible at that point of time if you are interested in that, because if you will say no, then I think that will give a bad impression to them, that you are very firm about that. uh, so yeah, that is one thing you need to know. And then I'll discuss about the roles. First one is accounting. It is very basic GL, general ledger role they will give you. Like they will put you into one of the heads, like fixed accounts or cash, or one of the heads of the balance sheet, and you'll be working for that, like debit, credit. And that is fully account based role, where accounting will be the basic thing which you need to know. And then I am into business controlling. It is I would say complete FPA profile, financial planning and analysis, where I'm into forecasting, budgeting of financial statements, and we need to forecast on the month to month basis, and yearly budgeting is also done. So that is, I think that is a very interesting role, and I'm very much happy with the role which has been offered. But yes, the role is, you won't be knowing till the time of training in which department. Once you interact with your team, then only you come to know that what roles they are offering you. It's not clear till the time of that what work you need to do. So the roles which they have written, it is there, but you cannot decide or you cannot choose out of that. They will ask you what is your interest, but it is not that if it is in your interest, then only you'll be given that role. So that is one thing which I have faced, because I had interest in taxation, but I've been put into a complete different role. But yes, the role is good. So and you have scope for changing your roles within after certain period of time. If you have worked with Capgemini for around 1 year, then you can internal shifts you can do. So that is one thing.
Right, right, right. So, as and when you mentioned regarding the multiple roles, right? So,
Yeah.
more or less, the candidate need or candidate will be tested at the time of interviews itself. That which role or which area he or
Yeah,
she fits the
they
best.
don't they don't specify that you can you will be allotted to this role. But I guess on the basis of interview questions and what kind of reply or response you give, they find your strong points, that this area could be. Like for me, they asked questions, but the questions which I had answered very well was India's 115. So I have been put into financial planning and analysis, and the major part which I have to do is related to revenue only. So I can guess that my answers were good with revenue, so they have put me into revenue thing, which is very important. So that is. everything.
Okay. Chandru is asking, is the first attempt mandatory for getting into
No,
Capgemini?
no. In Capgemini, attempts doesn't matter at all. They does not mention anywhere that which attempts they want, and there's nothing like that. I also had multiple attempts, but no one asked me about my attempts, and that was not a condition for Capgemini. On you need to have confidence, and communication skills should be good.
Okay,
That's it.
got it. So those who have questions, right, you can start posting it on a chat box so that we can start covering it out. Or the people those who have connected from Zoom, you can raise up your hands.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to cover your questions out. A few more questions regarding someone is again asking that how I can apply off campus in Capgemini if I want to apply.
Um, uh, do, uh, we have that career website from where they can apply, and if you have any friends of you who are working in Capgemini, reference are also there. Yeah, but
Okay.
when it comes, they generally post it on LinkedIn as well, so you can apply. You can see there also when the positions are open.
Okay. Got it. Again, regarding the location front, as in, so I think in interview places, so do they ask you for a location's flexibility or how does it go?
uh, like I had filled my location from Mumbai. I joined from Mumbai ICAI placement, so they asked me preferred location, but I was into Pune. So they
Okay.
asked me whether you want to come to Mumbai or Pune, but I said that my first preference anytime would be Pune because I'm in Pune only. But if there would be Mumbai or Bangalore, then I'll also be. They are not very. Means I think they give you location on the basis of where you are located at that point of time, because they have opening in at all locations. So that's not. It is
Okay. So
flexible, I would say.
location is not much worrying point
Yeah.
regarding key.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the opening was for Mumbai, but I was in Pune, so they placed me in Pune only. They didn't ask me to come to Mumbai and join from there. So that is flexible.
Okay. Again, I think someone is just pinging me regarding what are the major areas should now I prepare for if I'm targeting for getting into this company. Well, can you
Uh,
just tell me few areas regarding 115, 116, or what all areas you feel should a candidate
uh,
prepare now?
the questions from 115, it was very general. That what do you know? Do you know? He asked me questions. What do you know about India's 115? So it was very generalized questions. It was nothing like that. They will ask from in-depth questions were not asked. And after that, certain, if you will answer that, then maybe if you'll answer that very correctly, then maybe they'll try to go in deep. Like I had answered what were the 5 areas which we have there in 115. Then after that they asked me that if there is a concept of 115 in 115 of revenue splitting, that 4 to 5 contracts are there, so how will combination of contracts are there, how will recognize revenue. So the questions, I would say that if generalized questions you are answering very well, then they would try to check more about that. So 115 is very important. If it is advisable to study it in depth only. And
Okay.
so
Got
my
it.
experience 115 was only, and from the people who were there in with me in training also, they also said that 115 was their main focus at that point.
Right. Okay. Got it. Pradeep Kumar is asking, okay, is English speaking mandatory at interview in Capgemini? So I
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
So Pradeep, try
because
to speak more of a English, but that's fine. It's more
yes,
important to communicate your thoughts, right?
yeah,
If you're not able to
it
speak
is
it,
important.
yes, just even start with Hindi. No issues with that.
Yeah.
Yes, Devika, please unmute yourself. You have something to ask.
I would like to ask, in SFM subject, are we required to prepare, study anything and go for
No,
the
no, no,
interview?
no, no,
So only
no.
FR would be
Only
sufficient.
FR and general, whatever you have done. If I don't think they will ask anything about that.
And
Only FR they will ask.
taxation.
Taxation basics you need to know. If you have done something in articleship, then they can ask. If there is, if it is there in your resume, then you should, because they can ask something regarding.
And the second thing I would like to say that there are two, finance and in tax. If at all I'm keen on finance and not much keen on tax, so at least this I can pitch to them during the interview.
Yes, if they will ask, they will generally ask you which areas you are interested in, you can tell them that you are interested more in finance and not in taxation. But at the end, I would say that it is only up to their will where they are going to place you. But yes, they will consider if you are your preference as well.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Venkatesh is asking, is SAP consultant role available in Capgemini? Any idea on the same?
No, I haven't heard of it.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Yes, I think one more question from Kajal has mentioned. What will be the growth opportunity in terms? Any idea regarding the
Um,
growth and stuff?
I had asked the same question to my interviewer when
Okay.
I was being interviewed. So they said it is completely based on your performance. But the growth, as I have seen, I have talked to during our interview, there was session with leaders of Capgemini, means the CFOs as well. So when we were allowed to ask questions to them and have a chat with them in those sessions. So as I have said, I have seen most of the CFOs, and they all were chartered accountants. Means every field, every higher level management, you will say, all were chartered accountants, and they had a huge growth prospects in Capgemini. And I also asked them about in the next 5 years what would be my growth. So they simply told me it depends on your performance only. But yes, as I have seen with the people around me, the growth prospect is good.
Okay. Okay. Can you give just a small overview regarding what is the MIS field regarding in Capgemini? I think,
MIS is,
yeah,
yes.
Atharv is
In
asking the same.
MIS, reporting part is more like we are into business controlling, but business controllers use reports which are prepared by MIS team. Like we have account receivable reports or aging reports. These are the things which MIS people provide us. So I would say MIS is they provide reports generally.
It's
Yeah,
a monthly
report based.
information
Monthly
system report.
information
Yeah, where
they
you
provide
need
to
to, yeah.
various areas of finance which they need as an input they provide.
Right, right. So otherwise, it's more like you're giving a reporting and you're preparing a monthly reports based on whatever activity has been done in the company for the entire month, and based on that, various teams do and forecasting, budgeting,
Yeah,
and
this.
other sort of activities are done.
Yeah.
Yes, is rankers in first attempt guys get job without a good communications? Again, communication is the key for nailing out the interviews,
Yeah.
right? So it's very, very important. Please focus on the communication part. Any
Yes.
more questions, right, guys? You can post it on a chat box. We'll be happy to answer it out. People from a YouTube, you can definitely post your questions on a chat box. So Gitika, before we wind up this, right? Any pro tip यार कुछ ऐसा बता दो यार सिलेक्शन हो जाए फटाफट और मुझे और आपको मिठाई खाने मिले कुछ ऐसे टिप्स बता दो
I
फटाफट
would
सभी
say
को.
confidence. You have to answer everything confidently. If you don't know, you have to say that you don't know, but confidence is the key, I would say.
Right,
Because
right,
there were
right.
from my experience, I would say there were a few questions which I was not very sure, so I confidently said that I don't know, so that is okay to say.
Right, right, right.
Apart
So on
from
a
that,
overall, yeah. So on a overall basis, can I say that you need to prepare based on more from a finance side, as in from the financial
yeah,
reporting and CV perspective, that
that they
what
will
all
ask.
we have mentioned in your CV, and so again the psychometric test is there, which is purely based on the aptitude and bit of English and stuff, and the questions you need to give with the confidence, and if you don't know, just answer it don't know, and just that's it. Matlab, you're gonna be enjoying the work as well in the company.
Yeah,
uh, Sir, is growth in CTC? No, again, we'll not discuss about the CTC front, other right? Again,
yeah,
so great, guys. Any more questions? Those who have any more questions, you can post it on a comment section on YouTube, right? So that we'll be happy to answer it out. And all the best,
yeah,
everyone, for your interviews out, right? A lot of interviews you're going to be
yeah.
giving these days, right? So all the very best. बढ़िया से देना, फोड़ के आना और हमें बताना कि आपका selection हुआ कहाँ हुआ,
Huh?
right? We'll be happy to know that out, right? Anything, Gitika, you want to add on before we conclude?
No, that's it. All the best, everyone. I would say
Right, right.
the questions are
So
not very hard. They are very basic questions. All you have to have a good communication skill, confidently, and read a bit about India's 115 and 116, I would say, and also learn about the finance world, what is happening in and around.
And
Otherwise, whatever we
don't
have
forget to
read, yeah, whatever we have read in our
don't forget
CA
to
curriculum, that
read
is
about the
enough.
company.
Yeah, read about the
Right.
company, right?
Right.
And you have to
Reading
show
about
that
the
you
company
have
is very
interest in
important.
IT industry, because they have this thing in mind that why do you want to come into industry and all. So you have to be very sure that you are eagerly waiting to join this company. You have to show your interest. So you have to prepare in
Right.
that way only.
Yes. Yes, Divya, you have something to ask. Please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, when we say that, but when they ask us that why this company and why IT sector, so what should we, can you give us some points as to what should we answer there?
Like I had mentioned, I would say what I had answered. I would quote an example for that. I had interest in technologies and all. I had flair. I have flair for technologies, whatever happening in and around. In my home also, everyone is computer engineers. So everywhere where I hear about that only. So I had interest in that, and I am from finance world. So if joining Capgemini, like, is you have the combination of both things, technology plus finance. So that answer I gave, so you can form your answer according to that.
Right. So everyone is going to be having a unique answer. So the one thing
Yeah,
which I told during our workshops also, go for a more of a research work, right? Just when you're going to
research
be
work, yeah,
reading about the companies, you'll get to know, okay, this is something which really excites me, and let's go
excites
for
me, yeah.
this. Yeah. So that is going to be helping you out, right? So great, guys. Great. All the very best for your interviews, and just nail your interviews out, and just let us know
Yes.
that any more help needed from our side. And if you're still more any doubts, right, you can post it on a comment section on the YouTube. Right. The people those who have connected from a Zoom, I'll request you to please turn on the video so that we can have a group photo. Right. It's gonna be acting as a good memory for all of us.